I realized I did not add myself into the screen. Hello, everybody. This is YQ from Tarot Singapore Online. If you're watching this live now, or if you're watching the replay, type in the comments, say hi, so I know you're there. So today, I'm very, very excited because today I am presenting a training that I've run before, but I just want to run it again because I need a copy of it so that I can share with a lot of other people as well. So let me just try if I can. Yes, perfect. So if you're here, say hi. I love to say if you're watching the replay, say hi as well so I can know that you're here. So today we're covering exploring career paths with Western astrology. So career is something that I am very curious about. I am excited to help my clients with because I do find that you know what, if you want to do something in your life, at least do something that is suitable for you, or at least that you like. And the thing is that if you don't really know what you like, at least for now, your birth chart can be one of the ways which can help you to figure it out. So I am going to just double check whether this is working on my end. But if you're watching this live, let me know. So I'm just gonna keep talking so that I can know that if I am actually live on air. So if you're watching the replay, say hi. Oh, perfect. Okay, perfect. The sound quality is awesome. So I'm going to jump right in. And what's going to happen is that I'm going to record this as a training. I'll be putting it live. I'll be putting it up until next week. And I'm going to take it down for my private collection. So if you want to watch this, of course, watch this fast. Watch this before I take it offline. So let's go. And it would be best if you actually have your own birth chart. So you can go to the link below, bit.ly/birth chart -YQ. Or you can find whichever like birth chart what's it called, software you like, and then you can go find it there. So exploring career paths with Western astrology. If you're watching this live or if you're watching the replay, let me know in the chat which one is you. So you know what, are you someone who wants to change your job but you don't really know where to go, or you kind of know what you want to do with your career but you don't dare to change yet, or see, which is perfect, that you love your job and your career. I love that as well. So let me know in the chat. If you're watching the replay, do that as well so I can see, you know, where we are in the journey. So today we are covering exploring career paths with Western astrology. So just let me know in the comments. I'm gonna jump straight. So hey everyone, I'm YQ. You know me because you guys are here. I'm a tarot instructor and an astrologer as well. So my astrology study is more focused on psychological astrology. It's less about fortune telling, but more about like what makes you you, and then kind of like what's kind of like stumbling blocks for you. You can also find me on Instagram, tarotsingapore.online. What you will learn today: exploring career paths with Western astrology. Oh yeah, actually, actually I had a slide there. But before we actually start, right, guys? I know you guys are here for a while, but for those who are very, very new to this, you're just like, what is Western astrology? Is it, you know, the monthly horoscopes that I see in magazine, or is it the hashtag memes? I love memes. I think memes. Sometimes I look at memes, I'm just like, whoa, that is very me. But it's not that. Though the things we're covering now is not that. So Western astrology is based on the whole thing that we're reading when it comes to Western astrology is a birth chart. And then Western astrology is not just about the day when you're born, because you're thinking about, if you're thinking about your sun sign, you know, the horoscope magazine ones, it's kind of like when the day you were born, you may be a Taurus, or the day you're born, you're a Capricorn. If you're born today, you're a Capricorn baby. Congrats, baby, you're born. But it's not just that. It's more than that. It's more than the day. It's also the time you were born, exact minute, and the birth location, so that we can generate a birth chart that is a blueprint of you. So what is a birth chart? This is a birth chart that I generated recently. So using your birth time up to the minute, birthday, birth location, we see where the planets are during your time of birth. And then it's a snapshot of the universe, like where the planets are while, you know, we are in like Earth in the middle there. And it kind of tells you like where you put your focus on in life. So if you don't have your birth chart yet, go to bit.ly/birth chart -YQ. And if you're actually using apps like CoStar, those aren't really like great birth charts. They are good for starting out, but I would recommend you actually generate like these kind of like real birth charts so that it's much easier for you to actually see things happening. And I like to describe a birth chart, it's kind of like a Sims character setting. I don't know if anyone plays The Sims. If you play The Sims, let me know. Put a this, or type something in. I don't play The Sims. I watch people play The Sims, which is like the laziest thing I can do. I'm a Taurus. But what happens that when you are creating a sim, you get to choose. I want my sim to be childish, clumsy, lazy, or I want my sim to be, super awesome. And the funny thing is that when you are training the baby sim, or when you're training the adult sim, when they're doing the things that they're suitable for, they level up so much easier. And if you make them do things that they're bad at, so for example, if someone cannot cook and you make them cook, they'll burn up the kitchen. So birthright is kind of like the sim setting as well, where you come with a blueprint. Yes, you are someone who's more active, you're someone who's more evil. There's a evil here that I just realized, or family oriented, and that is you. It doesn't mean that doesn't mean that it's a dead thing, because in a birth chart, it can go both ways. It can go like the positive way, it can go the negative ways, and depends on how you use it as well. So imagine we are all the sims, we're all in a simulation. Some people think that's true. Let me know if you think that's true as well. So a whole theory that I have, and a lot of astrologers have as well, is that living your birth chart is your path for satisfaction and happiness, because if you're a sim following the stuff that you're good at, much more easier, right? Versus burning the kitchen if you cannot cook. So remember that. So how does the birth chart help with finding your career path? Good question. So while the birth chart cannot really target, like I cannot look at the birth chart and tell you you're gonna be a great Bitcoin trader, and then you go like, oh yeah, happy, and then go become a Bitcoin trader. Or I tell you, oh, you're gonna be a lawyer. I don't give you like an exact job title, but we can examine what are the vocational needs you need, so that you can bring out your best talents, your best abilities. And once you realize that, once you understand that, you are able to have a greater chance of a fulfilling work life, versus if your parents say you should do this and you keep doing it and it just like never sparks joy for you. At least your birth chart shows you like what are you suitable for. So how is career represented in Western astrology? It's actually represented by a lot of things, but the three things that I cover in the career profiling workshop, and also the three things I'm going to share today, is that career and work is represented by three things. The 10th house, you look up there, and then the 10th house is about career and public reputation. The 6th house, which is more like the 4 o'clock area, the 4 o'clock bubble, it's the 6th house, daily work and activities, while the 2nd house is your strengths and why you are valuable. That means that why people will pay you money. Important, right? But today for this training, we are just focusing on one thing, because if you focus on too much, you're gonna get confused. So we're gonna be covering the 10th house, the very like highest spot in the birth chart. It's called the MC, or the midheaven. And the 10th house, it's about our career and our public reputation. So as I mentioned, if you do not have a birth chart yet, go generate it, bit.ly/birthchart-yq to generate it, so that you can have something like this, so that you can have something to go along as well. So the MC and the midheaven and the 10th house. So in astrology, the MC, or medium Koleli, is the highest point in the natal chart. So we saw just now that it's like up there, right up there. The MC symbolizes your social or public role in the world, and it depicts the contribution you wish to make to your community that forms the basis of your social reputation and status. This is a super valuable indicator of long-term career choice. And then I would also, I like to clarify a bit, is that when we're talking about the 10th house career, and then we're talking about the 6th house daily work stuff, right? There is a big difference. So imagine, I got this example from my friend Kevin. Imagine the 10th house is like our job title, while the 6th house is what we do every day. So we have a line of people who are all doctors. They're all doctors, but the funny thing is that everything they do is different. So there's one guy who's a surgeon, there's one guy who's a researcher, there's one woman, how can I keep saying guy? There's one woman who is like one of like top brain surgeons, while the other is like I have very bad medical knowledge, while the other like helps me with my jaw, because I'm going for jaw surgery later. So you see that all these doctors, all the 10th house, they have the same job title, but every day what they do, their 6th house is different. So you have to like divorce the concept about my career is my work, is my job. So you have to think about like the career is a job title, while the work stuff is the 6th house, which is like every day you do what you do every day. And they are different, and then they can give you like different types of happiness as well. So Go check out your birth chart. If you have your birth chart already, in the comments, type in what is the sign of your midheaven. So look at the birth chart, the 10th house. If there's an MC there, look at it. Type it in the comments what yours is. I'm gonna type out mine, okay? So personally for mine, I am my MC is Capricorn. Capricorn. What is a Capricorn? But I'm a Capricorn. I have a Capricorn MC. While the chart that I have here now, the MC is Aquarius. So what is your MC? Let me know in the comments. This will help you a lot later as well. So if you don't know your MC, what I want you to do, if you don't know MC, right? That'll be hard if you have the co-star because it doesn't really tell you that. But just take a look what your 10th house is. Let me know in the comments. And so this is a really, really simplified way of telling you what the signs, the element of the signs of the MC need. So in Western astrology, the signs are divided into 4 elements, kind of like in Chinese. In Chinese, there's 水火金木土, right? So they are like fire, earth, air, and water. So awesome. We have a lot of Scorpio MCs here. Eee, so excited, these people. Scorpio MCs, very deep, very deep. Okay, so if you're a Scorpio MC, then you kind of like look at the sign. So yours is a water sign. It's like what you wish to be recognized for water signs is my emotional and nurturing accomplishment, caring for others. While if you're a fire sign, you want to be recognized for your creative and inspirational accomplishments. For earth signs, raise your hands, earth signs. My practical and tangible accomplishments. Wow. Oh wow. And Emilda has Capricorn 10 house, stellium in Capricorn. Okay, awesome. If you're a stellium, we'll talk about that as well. So we have Kevin, who's Capricorn is MC. We have so many. Wait, Capricorn and MC. Who's MC in Scorpio? We have so many Scorpios, which is interesting, I guess. You know what? Because Scorpios, they need to be like deep and investigative. So let me know if that fits you as well. So, and then for air signs, you guys want to be known for your intellectual and social accomplishments. And I'm gonna dive deeper in the different signs. If you cannot catch this, never mind. The replay will be available. So we don't have any today, but Aries MCs, independence, action-taking, pioneering spirit. Taurus MC, building something solid. Could be finance, money, beauty, and art. Gemini will be communication, transport, or teaching. And then nurturing for Cancer, whether it's physical, emotional care, home, or tradition. And interestingly, sometimes it relates to food as well. So if you have a Cancer MC, let me know in the comments whether you are involved in food. Because what's his name? Jamie Oliver has a has a Cancer MC and he does food. And then we also have, if you have a Leo MC, performing shining leadership. And then if you have a Virgo MC, analysis, detail and technical expertise, health and social services. Libra MCs, relationship, beauty, balance, harmony, and justice. Scorpios, we have a lot of Scorpios, transformation, investigation, psychology, and control. Let me know in the comments whether that fits you or not. This is just like a tiny snippet of what the signs need, because we actually have to look at more things as well. I'm gonna let you know. So hello, Yujing. I'm gonna say hi, everyone. Yeah, so Yujing, do you know what is your MC sign? What's your midheaven sign? Let us know in the comments. And then for Sagittarius MCs, exploration, education, travel, adventure, philosophy. Capricorn MC, me and Milda, we are administration, organization, form, and structure. So I don't know why I wrote that, but for Capricorn MC, something very important for us is like having the status being recognized and our reputation being recognized. I'm gonna change that soon. Well, Aquarius would be for progress, invention, technology, humanitarian causes, and Pisces will be more on the music, arts, imagination, healing, and spirituality. So Lady Gaga has a Pisces MC. So how exactly the 10th house plays out also depends on the house ruler as well. So we didn't really talk about this, especially I'll just talk about something else and then I'll come back to this. So the house ruler in Western astrology basically is that each sign has a ruler. And if you're kind of like, you know what, for example, me and Milda, we can both have Capricorn MCs, right? But we the way we experience it will be very different because it depends on the house ruler. So house ruler is a bit deep, so I'm not covering today, but if you're interested, you can always Google about it, something about house rulers, and check out what is the house ruler of your sign of your MC. Then you can understand, how it plays out as well. So other factors to consider: planets in the 10th house. Planets in the 10th house is so in the comments as well. Let me know, everyone. So I know that Milda has a lot of planets in the 10th house if it's in Capricorn, or you might have it like right like before the 10th house. So let me know comments what you have planets in the 10th house, because it's very important as well. Because planets in the 10th house, it's so we're just not just talking about the sign, but the 10th house as a whole corresponds to the department of life known as career and professional standing. So Kevin is really great at house rulership. You can go contact him about it. So planets in the 10th house is where you need to like express the energy. So planets in the located in 10th house will show which of your personality functions are seeking expression in your vocational activities. So for example, if you have Mercury in the 10th house, then communication, learning skills needs to be expressed in your career. And the funny thing, right, is when I am helping younger clients with their what's it called, career profiling, what happens is that they don't really feel that they are doing this because they're too young to actually have the life experience to like really experience it. So if you're older, you might feel this more. If you're not as old, then not so much. So I'm gonna because I asked for everyone's planets in the sign, planets in the 10th house. We have Constance, who has Venus and Pluto in the 10th house. We'll cover that later. And then we have Milda, who has stellium, her Sun, Mercury, Neptune, and Saturn. So Milda, you really need to be out there putting yourself out there, because this is a chart where the person needs to basically just like be out there, be shining, be talking, because like the sun is the shining part, the Mercury is the talking part, Neptune is like you giving like the glamour, like giving people ideals. Well, Saturn is also like helping people set up structure as well. So funny thing is for you, Milda, you have your house ruler Saturn in the 10th house. So it's kind of like for you, the career side is always like kind of stressful, but it always involves the career as well. So for different people, it can be different. So we have Pluto in Scorpio for Marilu. You will need to be transforming lives. So you need to be like super powerful. While we have Kevin here, who needs to just make trouble, stir shit in his career, because Uranus is like the rebel. Uranus is the one who's like, I don't care. I'm gonna make things different for everyone. So planets in the 10th house. So this chart that we're looking at, Neptune is in the 10th house. So everyone else, if you don't know it yet, go check it out. So here are like how the different planets needs to be expressed in the career. And I really love that. I think it's very interesting that when I'm talking about career, the people with planets in the 10th house are actually here versus I'm gonna talk about it more. I'm just always like, so many things to talk about. But so for example, Milda, you have the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune. While Constance, you have Venus and Pluto. Marilu have Pluto, and then Kevin has Uranus. So these are the different actions that need to be expressed in your career. And as I mentioned just now, if you're a bit too young, you might be like, this is not happening in my career right now. Or it could be that the sadder thing would be that you're in a job where you are not able to express all of these actions. Then it's kind of like, imagine the Sims, right? You cannot be like the full self, so you cannot do your full things. So when you're looking for a career, when you are even creating a career for yourself, creating the reputation side for yourself, you need to be able to like have all of these things that fit your birth chart. So for me personally, I have my Mars and I have my Neptune in my 10th house. So always it's like I need to be taking action, and then I always need to be like dreaming, idealization, or even just doing these like woo spiritual things, but in a Capricorn way. So that's a totally different topic. So if anyone has the moon in the 10th house, emotions, caring, I find that moon and 10th house, it could be that they are actually taking care of other people as well. So that's something. Or they can be known to be like quite emotional in the in the workplace. And something interesting as well is that when you're looking at all these planets right in the 10th house, it could also describe your boss. If you're working for someone else, your boss could have all of these things, because basically the theory is that you are looking for authority figure, you are looking for someone higher up than you who expresses these, so that you're able to emulate, so that you're able to like work out these energies as well. So for example, for someone with the Uranus in 10th house, which Kevin doesn't have a boss, but he is his own boss. He's like the rebel, and then he's like the like, I need to be different for everyone else. So, and yeah, so take a screenshot of this. I'm not going to read them all out loud. And then yes, so another factor to consider for people who have no planets in the 10th house, because I talked about just now where the people who commented are actually people who do have planets in the 10th house, while other people might not have. So if you don't have planets in the 10th house, it's okay, because you are just it's just not something that you are like very, very concerned about. And the worst thing is that I think in this society, people are telling us you need to be focused on your career, you need to do this, you need to do that. But sometimes if your birth chart says you don't really, care so much about the career side, then that's fine. And the funny thing is that a lot of people, famous people that you might think that wow, their 10th house might be super full. Actually, the 10th house is like nothing at all. So in that case, we kind of look at the house rulership and kind of look at other parts of the birth chart to kind of see like what energies they need to be like putting out. And for some people, it's like the things they're doing isn't really for them to be like famous, isn't really for them to like have it as a career, but somehow they just become really famous for it. Yeah. So, quick summary is that living your birth chart is your path for satisfaction and happiness. And to recap, today's training is very, very short. Career indicator, the birth chart, we look at the MC, Midheaven, and planets in the 10th house. And yes, and the other indicators of work and career in the birth chart would be the 10th house, 6th house, 2nd house. So you can kind of like adapt whatever I said just now into these as well. And yeah, so let me just see. Okay, yes. So if you do want to learn more, if you do want to have like hands-on, what's it called? Hands-on information, but basically work on your own birth chart as well. I'm actually running a workshop. It's called Building Your Career Profile with Astrology. It's on 16th January, next Saturday at 8 p.m. You go to yqmagic.com. And yeah, so I'm actually going to be limiting this workshop for a small number of people so that I can give enough attention to everyone as well. Because I actually was thinking of just like running it as a lecture thing, and I realized that you know what, maybe everyone wants like their own like time to work on it. Everyone wants some feedback on it. So if you're interested, do sign up. It's at yqmagic.com. And if you sign up for this, what I'll do is that on the back end, I'll actually be working on your career profile as well. And then during the session, you'll work on it on your own, and then we will just like I will give you feedback. I will also tell you like some of the things that you cannot really know from all these. So yeah, so actually that's all. And then I forgot to put like Q&A, what's it called, Q&A slide. But if you have any questions, let me know. I'm just going to share something as well. If you have any questions about I cannot read your personal birth chart, but if you have any questions about like the career side of things, let me know, because career profiling is something that I really love doing for my clients. And if you don't want to like DIY, right? Some people that I don't want to DIY. You can always sign up for the one-on-one consultation as well. That is available. For that one, I actually like sit down, I do all the work for you, and I sit down with you and I talk through your birth chart. So the workshop, personally for me, is that I really like learning things, and I'm thinking like there must be people in my audience who want to learn how to do this, because you learn it once, you can do it for your friends as well. Okay, so learn to build your career profile with astrology. The workshop would be where we identify and interpret the astrological indicators of your ideal career, ideal work, skills, or talents. So someone asked me, are you telling me like the exact job that I'm gonna go for? No, I'm gonna be telling you like the energies you need to be expressing in your work, in your daily routines, and of course your skills and talents that people will pay you money for. That's very important, so what will people pay you money for? So we'll examine that as well. So if you are someone who wants to learn astrology, personally for me, right, if I have this training before I really learn astrology, I will sign up for it. But the funny thing is that I don't think a lot of people want to do the DIY thing. So if you don't want to do the DIY thing, hit me up, let me know. So this training is for you if you're considering a mid-career switch and want a framework to work with. And also you have an idea of what you want in your career and want affirmation, or if you're curious about how to apply astrology to your career and work. And then this is not for you if you want to know like the job that you should go for, because there's no planet for Bitcoin. There's a planet for innovation. There's no exact planet for Bitcoin. Yes. And then of course, if you want a personal consultation, this is not the workshop for it. And then of course, if you're not willing to put in the work to apply the knowledge given, it wouldn't work as well. So yeah, so actually that is it for today. Yes. It's like it's always weird to end things, but guys, my room is so clean, so happy. So it's clean now. But thank you everyone for being here today. I'm so excited to see everyone live. And then this recording will be available until Saturday. So if you want to go back and watch it, go watch it. If you have friends who are interested, you can always share with them. And yeah, so I'm just gonna put I should just put the link. I'll put the link later for the workshop sign up. And I'm limiting it to not too many people. I think up to 10. So if you're interested, do sign up so that we have more time together to work. Yeah. So Kevin says so fast. Yeah, Kevin, it's really fast. Because I cut out a lot of things. But actually, Kevin, do you want to come up and talk together? We can also talk together. Yeah, I miss having the Facebook Live, guys. Yeah. So, Mary Lou has an amazing question. What happens if you have Chiron in the 10th house? This actually means that you are someone who is very suited to like be healing people when it comes to your career. And yeah, so I actually did a workshop on Chiron, the Chiron. What's it called? I ran a workshop recently called I forgot what it was, but your weakness as your career strength, something like that, where I really talked about Chiron. So and the reason I came up with that workshop was because I saw a person who like identified as healer. They had a very very prominent Chiron in the 10th house. So for them, it's like they want to embody the healing part of themselves into their work. And I also know someone who has Chiron in the 10th house. For them, it's always like there is like a thorn in them when it comes to authority figures. They are just like, I don't agree with authority figures. And then what they want to pursue in the career is basically telling people that it is okay. It helping people heal in their careers as well. Yeah. So and the thing is that if you're a bit young, if you're a bit like you're not past the Saturn return yet, it might not resonate so much. But if you if I think it's good information to have before you go through your Saturn return. So the Saturn return is when like the planet Saturn goes back to your Saturn when you become like the adult. So if you are not an adult in Western astrology yet, it's good to have these information. So when you're pursuing any careers, then you can have a guideline. Because I had a client who was pretty young, and then she had a super super prominent Mercury in the midheaven. I told them you will be communicating, and it is like I don't want to communicate because they're kind of too young to actually like embody that as well. So yeah, so I think that's it. So if you have any questions, put in the comments. When I have time, I'm just gonna come back and look at it. So today's training is very very fast as well. And then I'm actually thinking, let me see. Actually I'm just gonna give you guys a bit more. So if you have any questions, let me just find my training slides for the last one, because I had more things but then today I was like maybe not, but but yes, maybe yes. So let me just see. Ding, 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 ding. I'm gonna cut this off when I'm doing the recording. Let me just find my training slides. Here we go. So I had a few examples of famous people's birth charts, and then we're just gonna like look at them as well. Here we go. Audrey. Everyone loves Audrey. So let's come and see this. Share screen, application window, Chrome tab, this one. Yes. So I had some like case studies when it came to the career, what's it called? Career profile, the 10 house thing. So presenting standard. So Audrey Hepburn, we all know her as someone very classy, someone very like elegant. And so what is her 10th house? So Audrey Hepburn's midheaven is in the sign of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, we know, is about travel, philosophy. I cannot pronounce philosophy with my braces. Generosity and wisdom. And it's like learning is something very important for them. And because she has Saturn in the 10th house, for her, she kind of like she sees career as something that is a challenge for her. And also the good thing with like it being a challenge is that, so for example, if you have a 10 house Saturn, you're just like shit, then it's like it's going to be really, really stressful. Yes, it is. But the great part is that because of you working hard on it, because of you willing to like put in the work to make it happen, you actually have like really, really great reputation as well. So I think it's a Milda, you have Saturn in the 10th house. So as long as you do put in the work for it, right, you will get the reward. So, and for Audrey Hepburn, yes. So yes, and secretly, I tell you guys now, a sneak peek. So for Audrey Hepburn, the house ruler of the 10th house will be Jupiter, because Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. Jupiter in the 2nd house. So she's known for generosity when it comes to like material things as well. Generosity when it comes to beauty as well, or like she is someone that has great advice on beauty, something like that. Yes. And for her, it would be something that's difficult to embody because the Jupiter is near the North Node. If you were in one of my previous trainings, I talked about how the North Node and South Node is like the comfort zone and the hard to reach place. And the next thing we're gonna look at is Bruce Lee. So Kevin, I didn't steal this. I actually did this last time as well, because Kevin was looking at Bruce Lee's chart very recently today. So Bruce Lee, he has the Virgo midheaven. So public image is someone who's like meticulous, perfectionist, and willing to help others as well. And so for Bruce Lee, he has Neptune in the 10th house. So for example, Mueller has that, and I also have that as well. So your career would involve some idealism and involve some like being famous. But the thing is that you have to work for it. Like it's not like you can be famous for being famous, but there's some work for it as well. So projecting an ideal image, spirituality. So Milda, if you're interested about that, spirituality could be something that you work as well. And the sad thing for people with the Neptune in the 10th house is that feeling lost in a career is something that happens a lot, because the planet Neptune itself is kind of like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like, I want to do a lot of things as well. So yeah, so that is all actually. Yeah. So I know it's very short. Kevin said, "Huh, so short." Yes, it is. But yeah, I'm so glad for everyone for being here. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. It's a Sunday. It's a Sunday. It's rainy. I'm wearing like cozy socks. Yeah, so a quick update for you guys is that I actually have a surgery scheduled for January 29th. What's gonna happen is that I will be needing to take about, well, I will only be fully back in May because I'll be doing two surgeries. So I'm thinking of like how I will be like communicating with you guys during the surgery period. So most likely, if you are on Instagram, do join me on Instagram, because that is where I post a lot. And also like so the stories on Instagram does come to Facebook. But if you want, you can go to my Instagram. I share a lot more things there. And yeah. So that's it. So thank you to everyone for being here. If you missed out anything, you can go back and watch this. I'll be taking this down only on the 16th. So do watch it as well. I hope to see you at the workshop. Yeah, so YQ just came here. So thank you for being here, YQ, for joining us very at the very end. Yeah, but that's all. So thank you everyone. I hope to see you at the workshop, or I hope to see you anywhere. Drop me a DM in my Instagram or stuff like that. So thank you. Bye bye.